Hello, welcome to a new video where I'm visiting the ever so popular dedicated Supergym. So I had a day off, so I thought let me venture all the way to Merseyside and check this place out. I'm initially walking through the upper body section where most of the machines here train your upper body. So just heading down the stairs from the technical area to the dedicated lower body section where all the machines are here for lower body workouts. Like how it separates the leg section to the upper body section, because you don't really get that much in other gyms, but then it really does delegate where everyone goes to. So first up is the leg press. The aim of this workout is just to use as many machines as possible just to train my overall lower body. The focus was 3 just to target my quads, 3 for hamstrings, or 3 for glutes, and then to do them in an order of quad, hamstring, glute, and then do those 3 times, and then in between each section of doing one of the exercises that trains one part of my leg, we do calves, because you cannot skip calves forever. So I'm just testing out this RDL machine, because normally when I do RDLs I just use a barbell, but this is the first time I was using it in a machine like this. So yeah, just being modest with the weight that I'm using, just because of the different setup. Even the way I'm positioning my hands is very different, because obviously with a barbell my palms are facing towards me. Here I've got a neutral grip, so I'm not going to get giddy and start like stacking it up with a load of 20k plates. I just want to get a nice workout where I'm feeling my muscle, the mind muscle connection, because this is more of a workout for somewhat bodybuilding-esque. It wasn't really like a lift as much as possible like I always usually do. The initial weight was quite comfortable for me, so that's why I just added an extra 10k weight on top of it. And yeah, they do feel good. I would actually use this more, but this is probably the only place that I've seen this. There probably are other places that have this machine, but maybe I have to start paying attention to where they are and pay them a visit more. And the unique thing about this machine especially is the backrest is adjustable to whoever sits on it, so that's a very good thing about this. It made it very comfortable for me to use a weight that probably wouldn't touch with the hip adductor machines I'm usually used to in the pure gyms and JD gyms I go to. This machine was both hip abductor and hip adductor, so you could actually use, it was more like a 2-in-1 machine, which is actually quite nice as well. Now moving on to standing calf raises. Quite considerable with the weight here, because sometimes with new machines you don't always know what the weight is. I always had this issue with machines that none of them are built the same way. What something like 10k weighs on one machine could mean something else in a completely different machine. You always have to adjust. And this was something new that I tried for the first time, pendulum squats. I think I've seen this machine before in some bodybuilding gyms I've been to, but this is the first time I'm actually trying it out. Just doing it weightless, trying to get used to the movement. I actually do find this quite nice. It feels good, even though it is challenging. It's a good feeling. I also like the fact that I don't need to use knee sleeves. I actually forgot my knee sleeves because I wanted to do half squats, and I have to use knee sleeves to do half squats. So I decided to just add 10k weight to each side. So I'm just overall adding 20k to the machine and seeing how that goes. And yeah, it felt definitely tough. You know, I did have this feeling of I could have easily got more reps in this first set. I only managed to get 8. I felt that if I was with someone, they would be able to push me further. I think I was too concerned about going to that bottom position and just not being able to get out, and then getting in a real predicament, especially when, you know, I'm going in the middle of the day, not many people are around, so just stayed at 8. But I did feel like I had it in me to get 10. So for that last rep, the last set, I managed to get that 10 reps that I wanted, and just decided to push through. Perhaps perhaps it was more because of I had to just get used to the movement, that once I got comfortable with the movement, how I should react to each phase of the movement, at the bottom, during the middle, at the top, that it gave me the confidence to go all the way to 10 reps that I wanted to. And I was happy about that. I pushed myself to do something that initially I wasn't going to do. And here's some simple standing leg curls. I do like doing leg curls. I think I started doing them in cable machines. Sometimes I did them on the leg extension machine, but it was never as comfortable as this dedicated machine here. Would love that more gyms had something like this, but again, this is another equipment which I've only really seen here. Probably the reason why it is called the Supergym. Many things here that aren't really in other places. And now I'm moving on to the glute drive. Now, I have done a version of this. There is a specific machine that's started popping up in pure gyms, but it doesn't look particularly like this. It's looks similar to a leg extension. The weight is only placed at one side, and it can actually affect, how the movement feels for one person to the next. Because it does feel like you're shifting more towards that side that's closest to where the weight is kept. I think I did that workout on my deadlift 1 rep max video. So just messing with the belt, which wasn't that hard to figure out how to get in, and then just tested the exercise. Weightless, as I've done in the other ones, because it's the first time. I can't ego lift and think I can do something. I just feel the weight as it is here, and then from there decide what weight I'll add onto it. And I think I added just one 20k plate initially. I also adjusted the platform because I felt that I wasn't getting that perpendicular position at the top with my shin and my thigh. I was getting it more here. I was lucky that there was a mirror to the side where I could easily see if I was getting to that position, because normally you're not that close to a mirror in other places. But this felt good, so I think once I did this set, I increased the weight even further by just adding an extra 20k plate to each side. I can't do hip thrusts over 200k, but it's a bit like the RDL machine. I always do them with a barbell, and the dynamic of the movement changes now that it's part of a machine rather than just sticking a barbell. And even that set that I just did was fine. So the last set I ended up adding 2 10k plates to the side. That will probably be the starting weight for whenever I do this again. I know that this machine is in quite a number of places, so I might start doing this variation as well as the one that I always do in the pure gyms. Oh, and it seems that I even added an extra 2.5 to each side as well. And then next up was the final calf exercise that I did, seated. Just do it standard and see it. It's almost as simple as that. Sometimes it's just getting the calf exercises in, just doing them and not neglecting them. It could be as simple as just doing the stand-in and seated version. You don't need to overcomplicate it. It's just as simple as that, really being honest. Then moving on to the leg extension machine. I think since the pandemic, I have started to do leg extensions one leg, and even in the normal standard machine, which I think was here, but I just chose this one because it was set up for it to be single leg anyway. I always do them single leg, and yeah, this machine kind of fits that ethos that I've now kept up, which is just doing this single leg, built up to 15k plates each side. I think in the machine I can go up to 40, but again, this is like the first time I've tried it in this variation, so just being modest with the weight, and then we can move up, and then a weird way of me getting out of the exercise. And finishing off with lying hamstring curls, which probably the most comfortable I've ever felt in a lying leg curl machine. And then I didn't film it, but I did body weight glute ham raises. They even have the equipment that would suit so my powerlifting friends. Even myself, I would be interested in this. Maybe I have to come back here to do a cheeky deadlift sesh. with the calibrated plates. And that rounds off the workout and the video. Had a very nice time here. I'll definitely make another trip here. So if you liked the video, like, comment and subscribe, and until next time, onwards and upwards.